Yeah, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the demo session on Python programming. Welcome to, before going to the session, I wanted to take a few minutes on what is programming and what is the difference between programming and algorithm and how to solve the problem. Okay, if you want to become software engineer or as a programmer, what are the steps you have to follow? Once after completion of that, I will get into my topic. Okay, good evening, everyone. Um, Let us start my session with demo on Python programming. I am Dr. Ganapati Raju. We completed PhD from JNT Hyderabad and working in private college as a head of the department of IT. Okay, and I'm taking classes in Harsha since 4 years. Okay, now let us start our session with what is a program. Everyone knows that a program is nothing but, if you consider this box as a program, we are going to write some set of statements. Okay, this is also called a sequence of instructions. Okay, sequence of instructions. Now, why we will we will write the sequence of instructions in any one of the programming languages like C, C++, Java, C Sharp, or maybe today's programming knowledge is Python. Okay, now what for we will write this set of statements. When I execute this set of statements, it is going to provide some sort of output. Okay, that is called as computation. Okay, it is going to provide some sort of computation, or it is going to implement a specific task. This task is too specific. Okay, whatever task I want, it will implement it. Okay, that is called as program. Look at here. A program is a sequence of instructions that specifies how to perform a computation. I will showcase beautiful case studies in few minutes. Okay, written in a programming language, and whatever the statements we have written, that computer understands. Can you please respond? Is it okay? Now, I already told you what is a computation. The outcome of this program should be computation. Look at here. A computation might be a mathematical expression such as solving a system of equations or finding the roots of polynomial or whatever it may be. Okay, now but it can also be a symbolic computation. Okay, now a simple thing is searching for a text or replacing for a text, what we will do in notepads regularly. Okay, this is also called as a program. Okay, now we will do all these steps in the coming sessions, please. Now if you want to become a programmer, or it is also called as a computer scientist, what is the basic qualification? It is not your MCA, it is not your BTech and MTech. Okay, the first and foremost point is you should have problem solving approach. You should have a problem solving approach. Whatever the problem they will give in your company, you have to solve it. That must be the primary qualification. Clear? Now, the single most important skill of a computer scientist is problem solving. You may do a BTech or MCA or BSc computer science or BCA or a PhD, whatever it may be. Your ultimate aim is you should have problem solving approach. Now, what is the meaning of problem solving approach? Now, I'll tell you 2 to 3 characteristics. Now, the ability to formulate a problem. Okay, first and foremost thing is first we have to identify and how to formulate a problem. Then think creatively about how to write solutions. Every problem can have n number of solutions. Out of this n number of solutions, whatever the solution which is giving optimized output, that will be the good one. Okay, now we have to express the solution in a clear and accurate manner. Okay, whatever the programs which you are writing, the code should be very much clear and it should be very much accurate. It should give accurate output. So I will tell you some steps. Okay, how to solve a problem. Okay, first of all, we have to identify or define a problem. Okay, I'll take a small problem and I'll come back. Shall I go for a problem? Just look at here. I'm giving a small example. Can you please see my screen? I will consider this is a problem definition, Andy. Look at here. This is my problem. Okay. I will also explain each and every statement of the problem first. Write a program that generates 5 random zeros or ones. Okay. Once again, I'm representing. This is my problem. We need to write a program that generates 5 random numbers. Okay. Random numbers. For example, whenever I throw a die, I don't know out of 1 to 6 which one will come. Okay, like this, we are going to generate 5 random numbers in between either 0 or 1. Okay, what the problem says? I need to generate random numbers either 0 or 1. Okay, na? For example, whenever the machine is generated 0, I wanted to print a question mark. Okay, once again, whenever I print 0, I should print question mark. Okay, now whenever I get 1, I should print asterisk. This is my simple problem. Understood, Andy? This is called as problem definition. Okay, or problem identification. Can you please respond? Shall I call this as a problem? Now, how can I solve the problem? Now, let me go back to my PPT. Now, yeah, everyone, can you please respond whether this problem is okay for everyone?
Okay,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah. Now, let me go back to my second step of my PPT. Now, once we identify the problem clearly, then we should analyze the problem. Okay, we should analyze the problem in terms of how many inputs I should give, how many outputs I should get, and what are the formulae I need to write, and what are the variables or constants are necessary to implement my problem. Is it okay? Now, this is my second step. Third step is we need to design a solution. Identify the problem says what to do, okay, but it will not say how to do. Identification of the problem is saying what to do, okay, but designing of a solution, this will say how to solve this. This is called as how to do. Okay, now we need to implement the above problem either by using C language or by using CPP or by using Java or Python. Okay, na? Then once after writing the code, we should evaluate by using some inputs, test cases. Okay, can you please respond? Now, shall I write a beautiful source code to implement the above problem? Can you please respond? Yeah, look at here. Yeah. Now, once again, I'm going to this problem. Okay, now this is my problem definition. Okay, this problem definition says that what to do. Okay, now we need to write an implementation of the problem. In Python, the first question is we need to generate either 0 or 1. Like this, I need to generate 5 random numbers. Now, in Python, I have a library called random library, and I have a function called randint, which always generates random numbers. Generates random numbers. Okay, na? Random numbers. Now, how many random numbers I am asking my machine? Look at here. Random int of 0, 1. I wanted to generate either 0 or 1. This is my problem. Understood? And how many such kind of numbers I need? 5 numbers. For that, I have a function called range of 5. Look at here. Range of 5 means which is going to generate numbers between, 0 to 4. Okay, na? So 0 to 4 means I'm generating 5 numbers, and these 5 numbers either 0 or 1. Is it okay till now? Can you please respond? Now, here initially I'm printing the 5 numbers, whatever the numbers I'm generating. Now, I'm writing a simple logic. My second question is whenever that number is 0, I wanted to print question mark. Look at here. If that random number is equal to 0 if is a condition. If that random number equal to 0, I'm printing question mark. Okay, na? This is after that I'm giving a small space. When my number is not 0, should be 1. So I'm printing asterisk. My job is done. Now I will wait here for 2 minutes, sir. Can you please respond? Is it clear for you? Hello? Yeah. Any queries, Andy, regarding this logic? Yeah. Now let me go back my two PPT. Now every program consisting of 5 steps. Every program must have input, output, and some sort of mathematical computations, and it should have some conditional statements. Just now I used a condition called if condition. If I will write a condition, if this condition is true, I will execute some statements. Else, if this condition is false, I will execute some other statement. Just now we have done it. Now I have also written one loop called for. Now I wanted to generate 5 numbers. So for is nothing but a repetition of statements. I need to generate random numbers for 5 times. Okay, now these are the few basic instructions that will appear in every language. Now, if you permit me, I will go. Any questions? If not, I will go back to next slide. Can you please respond? Now,
Sir.
next, yeah, please. Yeah, any queries?
No, sir.
Yeah. Now let me continue. Yeah. Can you please mute yourself, Amma? Now we should also know debugging. Whatever the programs I'm writing, whenever I compile the program, I may get either one error or I may get more errors. Okay. Now, programming errors are called as bugs. Now, it is the most important characteristic of a programmer or software engineer, finding the bugs. Look at here. The process of tracking the bugs and correcting down this process is called as debugging. Okay, it is the second most important quality. It must be a software engineer. First quality is problem solving approach. Problem solving approach. Second one is you should have debugging capability. Okay, what is the meaning of debugging capability? You have to track the errors and you have to correct the errors. This is the second most quality of a software engineer. Now there will be two kinds of errors: syntactical errors and runtime errors. Syntactical errors means, so for example, every programming language has some rules and regulations. Like if I'm writing a program on Python, okay. Now, if I follow the rules and regulations of a Python programming, okay, I will not get any errors. If I'm violating the rules and regulations of Python, always we will get syntax errors. Okay, now look at here. A program can only be executed if it is syntactically correct, according to the syntax and semantic. What is the meaning of syntax and semantics? Syntax and semantics. Let me discuss. Syntax ante entante rules and regulations anamata. Rules or regulations. Semantics ante meaning anamata. If you write any statement, the statement should give a proper rules and regulations, and it should also give proper meaning. Okay, Nandi? Clear? Now, sometimes even though your program is syntactically correct, it will give some logical errors. That means you have not followed a proper algorithm properly. So at that time you are going to get some logical errors. Clear? Now, and you should be thankful to this person who is called as Guido van Rossum, who invented Python programming language. Clear? Everyone should thankful to him because he is the person who invented the programming language. Clear? Hello? Now, he is called as Guido van Rossum. Okay. by taking his blessings, we will start the session with, okay, now. Before going to learn any programming language, first of all, we should know about the features of the language. If you permit me, I'll go a little bit time about to discuss about the basic features of the language. Okay, now, first and foremost thing is Python is very simple and easy to learn. Nowadays, even in schools also, in schools and universities, earlier they used to have C language. ఇదివరకు సి లాంగ్వేజ్ చెప్పేవాళ్ళం. ఇప్పుడు now we are teaching Python, either beginners language, because it is very easy to learn and which takes very less training. Remaining other languages, they will take 3 months to 6 months to learn, and to become master it will take 1 year. Okay, but for Python to learn it will take 15 days, and to become a master it will take 1 month to 2 months. That's it. Clear? Now, Python is also called as a general purpose language and high level programming language like C, CPP, Java. Okay, whatever the features we have in these languages, we also have in Python. Okay, now another important thing is portability. Portability means I can write my program in Windows, and I can shift my program from Windows to Linux. From Linux, I can shift back to Mac also. This process is called as portability. That means Python program can run anywhere, any location, any operating system. Okay, this concept technically we will call it as a machine independent codes. What is the meaning of machine independent code? For example, if I write C program, if I compile .c program, I'll get .executable file. That means wherever I have written, there itself I have to execute. This is called as machine dependent. C, CPP are called as machine dependent. Python is machine independent. Okay, now Python is called as a purely object oriented language. Python is purely object oriented language like Java, C#, C++, and so on. Because now, what is the meaning of object oriented language? I'll tell you within a single statement. Okay, everything in the real world, everything in the real world is a object. Okay, now if any language satisfy the principles of object oriented, that language is called as like abstraction. This is not the right time to discuss. And encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. If any language satisfy these 4 principles, we will call that language as object oriented language. I hope it is clear for everyone. And Python is a purely interpreted language. Now, what is the meaning of compiled language and interpreted language? Now, if you permit me, I will erase it and I'll start a fresh session. Clear? Now, for example, we will let us some set of statements. Now, if I compile the total program, and I'll get some output. Here, I will use compiler. Compiler, it will compile the entire program and it gives some output. Whereas interpreter means statement by statement or step by step output I can see. This is output 1, output 2, and so on. I think everyone understood. Python is a interpreted language, and most important point is it has large standard libraries. I wanted to discuss for a few minutes this topic. Okay, so this logic, sorry, just a minute, let me take a eraser. Yeah, sorry, let me take a pen. Now, Python supports so many libraries. Hundreds of libraries are available, from 100 to 5,000 free libraries are available. Okay, free libraries. Using these libraries, I can perform any of my job very easily. Okay, how it will be very easily, I will discuss in few minutes. I wanted to spend a few minutes on some libraries, like if I want to write any mathematical applications, no need to write a logic. Okay, like matrices, vectors, statistics, calculus, all these things are available in the form of functions. Okay, simply use the function and your job is done. It can be done by using the library called NumPy. Now, everyone knows about database operations. database operations. Why we will use this database operations? For doing data analysis. Data analysis. For this, we have a beautiful library called pandas. Okay, now if I want to write machine learning, data science, or IoT such kind of applications, I need a library called sklearn. Sklearn is a library. Using this library, I can write any kind of machine learning, data science, and IoT such kind of applications. For example, if I want to draw some graphics, I have a library called Matplotlib. Like this, we have 100 to 500 libraries are available. These libraries will make your job very simple. That's it. Okay. This is the beauty of the Python programming. And we can create graphical user interface programming. Like in Java, you have AWT, swings, and so on. Clear? Now. And very, very important point is Python supports all databases. Now, through my Python program, I can connect to Oracle from Oracle Corporation. I can connect to SQL Server. SQL Server is from Microsoft Corporation. I can connect to DB2. DB2 is from IBM. So what is the meaning of that? I can, through my Python program, I can talk to any kind of SQL queries. Okay. Now, dynamically typed language. Here, look at here. Variables do not need explicit declaration. If you permit me, I'll discuss for 1 minute about this point. This is very, very important. Variables do not need explicit declaration. For example, whenever you take in C language, how to declare a variable? Now we are going to take storage classes, storage location, then data type, then variable name is equal to value. Now, for example, let us take pi equal to 3.14. In C language, we have to specify it as float. Now, in Python, no need to specify the data type. Data types are not required. If you assign a value, this is called as float in computer science. Okay, float means real numbers. After dot, we will have some data. This is called as real numbers. This will be represented as a float. Okay, now whenever you assign a value, depending upon the value, that variable will become a float. For example, if I assign 300, this is called as integer variable in computer science. Now, if I assign integer, this data type will become integer. So variables do not need explicit declaration. Okay, they're also called as dynamically typed. Okay, now it is the first language in many of the Indian universities and Western universities. And in any programming languages, you should have semicolons at the end of the line. Whereas in Python, no need to specify all these things. Now, if you permit me, I will take one more important point regarding this. Okay, now most important point is Python is a free and open source software. Python is a free and open source software. Clear? Anyone know what is this free and open source software? Can you please respond to me? Otherwise, else I will explain in 2 minutes. Yeah. Now, I think you don't know about it. I will explain. Software can be classified as proprietary software. Proprietary. Maybe the best example is Microsoft. All Microsoft products, if you want to use it, you have to buy with some licenses. Every license has some cost, and it has a protection called copyright. Copyright. Okay. You should be abide for the rules and regulations of Microsoft. Nowadays, most of the softwares are free and open source software. Open source, like Linux. Linux is an operating system, or Ubuntu, and maybe LibreOffice. LibreOffice. It is equivalent to MS Office. Like this, there are hundreds of softwares are available. Here we have copy left mechanism. No, you can give the software to sorry, to your friends. Okay, you will not be under jail. Okay, this is the beauty. Python is a open source software. Okay, one more important point is the biggest assets of this feature of Python is reduced productivity. What is the meaning of productivity? Now, look at here. Reduced development time. The code is 2 to 10 times shorter than this language. For example, if I want to implement a specific task, okay, I wanted to implement a big task. If I take C language, if it is taking 100 lines, 100 LOC, implement the same code within Java, it may take around 75 to 80 lines, 80 LOC. Same code in through Python, I can develop just 30 LOC. This is the beauty. What is the meaning of 30 LOC? Lines of code. Because now you can ask one question, sir, why we can develop in 30 lines of code? If you ask me the question, my answer is Python is full of functions. If I want to implement any job, we have hundreds and thousands of functions are available. Simply I will use the function, my job will be done without writing any code. That means if in all these languages you have to write huge code, whereas in Python very less code, your job will be done. Is it okay? Any queries in this slide? If you have any queries, I will respond. Hello?
No, sir.
Yeah. Now, just 2 minutes I'll spend on this. Why this Python is a demand, is in pure demand in the market? Because using Python, I can write data science applications. Using Python, I can also write machine learning applications. Using Python, I can also write web development applications. Using Python, I can also write automation scripts which are used in the organizations. I can also write some sort of IoT and embedded softwares. Nowadays, all the embedded software and sensor programs, sensors, all the sensors are connected directly through Python. Okay. Now, through sensors, I will connect the data and I'll get the data. Okay. I can activate any of the hardware by using Python nowadays. Now, it has a huge community in the market because it is a free and open source software, and it is very simple to learn. It can be used for multiple purposes. For any purpose, you can use Python. And we have huge libraries and framework in the market. Just now I told na, we have 100 to 500 libraries are available. Depending upon your job, you have to select the library and your job is done. And it has a huge growth in the market nowadays. And it is giving high packages as of now. These are the basic cutting edges why we need to learn Python. Any queries regarding this slide? Any queries? Now,
No, sir.
finally, I will, yeah. Any queries, Andy? Now, I have taken two statistics, one from IEEE 2021 and another one is KD Nuggets. It is a US website. Both the websites are giving Python as a highly rated language. Look at here. So I'm not exaggerating. Whatever the company websites, IEEE has given the Python is the best language, top programming language. KD Nuggets is the website 2021 has also given all the languages apart from 0.76 rating for Python only. Clear? Any queries? Now, if I want to implement Python, I have to download the version from python.org. It is a free and open source, python.org. That's it. I have to download the software and the current version is 3.11. Clear, Andy? Now, apart from this software, I wanted to use this library for the next 45 days to 50 days, Anaconda. Anaconda is a beautiful IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, where you can write the program and you can compile it and you can document it. Everything you can do it on the single platform. Okay, na? Apart from you have in Canopy, PyCharm, and you also have VS Code. Nowadays, most of the eminent programmers they are using this VS Code, Visual Studio Code, for running Python programming. Okay, any queries? Hello. I'll spend some. If you have any queries, ask me. I will explain. Can you please respond? If not,
No, sir.
yeah, yeah. Just give me 1 minute. I will go to syllabus for a few minutes and I'll get back to the topic once again, please. Yeah. If you look at the syllabus, my syllabus consisting of 22 chapters. It started with, look at, if you observe carefully, I think, is it visible or shall I increase the font? Few minutes, let me discuss about the syllabus, then I'll go back to my Python. Yeah. For example, when you join for this course here, this is the basically core part. Every language has these features such as what is Python, what is the installation softwares, and what are the identifiers. Identifiers are nothing but names, naming conventions. Then you should know about variables, constants, then data types, operator. These are called as a basic elements, data types and operators. Clear? Apart from them, the most important job what you should concentrate on these strings. Strings is one data structure. Now strings are used to represent sequence of characters. List is another data structure. Tuple is another data structure. Dictionary and sets. These are called as data structures of Python. These five are called as data structures. Now, this will give you a job for you. If you are good in these five data structures, this itself will provide a job for you. So 25% of my entire time I'll spend on these four. While teaching these concepts, I will also concentrate on some company examples like Infosys. I have taken so many company examples like Infosys, CTS, and TCS. These are the company examples I will cover in the topics itself. Apart from them, we will discuss about functions, list comprehension, file operations, then regular expression. From here onwards, I will call it as advanced Python. Okay, now just 1 minute. I'm erasing it. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Now, from here, look at here carefully. Now, from here, from chapter number 10 onwards, I will call this syllabus as advanced Python. Okay. Now, in advanced Python, we will start our discussion with regular expressions. This is a beautiful concept which is going to work on string object. Now, I have databases. I will also teach you how we are going to integrate Python programming with SQL. Okay, now. Now, exception handling and chapter number 13, 14 up to here, this is called as object-oriented programming. This syllabus consisting of object-oriented programming. Okay, now from here, chapter number 19 to 22, this will itself will give you a job to you. Now, these four libraries are nothing but job-specific libraries. If you know about chapter number 19, just now I told that this is mathematical operations. Any kind of mathematical operations, you can do it. Now, second one is pandas. We can go for data analysis. Any kind of data analysis you can do with a library called as pandas. Next one is, I have a library called scikit-learn. By using this, I can develop any kind of machine learning applications. Then matplotlib is used for data visualization. Finally, there is one more library called Flask. By using this Flask, we can write a web application development. Okay, now this is the syllabus which we are going to cover. It will take around 45 days. Clear? Then I want to do, if you do a small project for 1 week to 2 weeks, then itself will close you, then you can close the session. This is what the syllabus I'm going to teach for the coming days. Any questions regarding the syllabus or anything? Can you please respond?
No, sir.
Yeah. For regularly, every day we will spend around 40 to 45 minutes, and tomorrow also we will have the session from 6 to 6:45. So, shall we stop the session as of today?